Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. You're probably wondering, what in the world is that behind you? Well, it is a semi-truck trailer that has been turned into an RV. And the person who did it is now 94 years old. And he is just a delightful person. Him and his lovely wife, Miss Lois, who is 89. And he still gets on his ATV and heads up to the hills and up and down. I mean, very active. And this is his fifth RV that he has built, and he's going to share it with us, do a tour of it, and you're going to meet Mr. Bernie and the lovely Miss Lois. And inside here are two beds also that they do a little bit of traveling in, but not like they used to. But come on, and let's hear their story and see this DIY RV inside of a semi-truck trailer. So come on, let's go meet him, shall we? Well, today I have the privilege of interviewing Mr. Bernie and Miss Lois. And how long have you guys been married?
40 years.
All right, 40 years. And one of the reasons I wanted to come interview you was you are living in your own self-built, I don't know whether you'd call it a mobile home conversion from a semi-trailer. What would you call it?
RV.
An RV, okay. We were talking and you were sharing, Mr. Bernie, how you built a RV in 1959. You built 5 altogether?
Yeah.
And you built it, how did you come across the idea of building that one in 1959?
I have no idea how God invented me to do it or nothing. I just did it. Because I hadn't really seen one except on paper. And then it didn't say how that was built. I just seen the looks of it. And it wasn't on a car or anything. It was on wheels, a trailer kind of a deal.
But you built yours on what, your first one?
On the 4 wheels of the Packard car.
That's amazing. That truly is amazing. So that you went on to build 4 more, including this one that we're in now? All right.
This
now,
is the 5th one.
Now, during what years were you going around traveling, building places for people? And
from 95 up to about 10 years almost.
All right. So basically, you guys were traveling kind of a nomadic life, going from place to place during that time.
Yes.
Well, and that was after you retired from your air conditioning business.
Well, that's what I was saying. We did all that after I retired at 95.
Right.
That's when we started going around building things.
Okay.
Because it was a full time doing it.
All right. So now, again, getting back to the present, you are living part of the year on the BLM land when they have it open, the long term.
Uh-huh.
And that's because you're living on only your Social Security, correct?
Yes.
So sounds like this is a great financial option for you, cost savings.
We had money, but we didn't spend any more than what we could live on Social Security, actually, because that's what we want. If we run out of money, we want to have a living anyway. So we've got a few thousand left, but not a lot. But we live within the Social Security thing most of the time. As a rule, we can live on Social Security easily. Most of the people in this area is living on Social Security.
Right.
I've talked to them. You probably have too.
Yes, I have.
And they can all live on it.
So you live here, again, here on BLM land for the 7 months, the long term, and then you live at the RV park for 5 months. So you go back and forth between the two?
We just started that this year.
Okay.
We've only did that one time. We stayed here last summer. It was the first time we've ever stayed here all summer. Yeah.
And how are you liking it, staying here year round now?
Well, I find it a hard time to find things to do too much. It's nothing to do.
Ah.
And that's the hardest thing, is not having enough to do. And when it's 100 degrees and higher, you don't want nothing to do anyway. It's too hot.
That's true. What about you, Miss Lois? How do you like now? Because you're stationary now. You were, traveling around the country, building things. And how does it feel like being stationary now?
I like to be stationary.
Do you? What do you like about it more than the other?
Oh, that I just don't have to move around.
Okay. And you were a registered nurse at one time.
Yeah.
So, and you went back, Mr. Bernie was telling me, you went back to school in what, your 50s to get your RN?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's very impressive. Well, you know what? If you don't mind, we'll go around and take a tour of this fabulous RV that you built. How long did it take you to build it, Mr. Bernie?
I think close to 2 months.
Okay.
We built it right out in the desert over on the Salton Sea, right by the Salton Sea. It was out in the ground thing. I had a little generator for electricity and my saw and stuff, and so I just started to work and I built it all.
All right.
Everything.
And you, with this, and it's in a semi-trailer.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's do the tour of your fabulous home in a semi-trailer, shall we?
Yes.
All right. Well, this is the bedroom area, and back here, what kind of wood is this that's back there?
It's some kind of a wood, wood over plywood. It's sheeting. It's actually plywood.
Okay. And then you have an air conditioner back there. How big an air conditioner is that back there?
12,000 BTU.
Okay. And you were telling me that is sufficient and does the job here?
Yeah. And I can turn it on right here.
Oh, okay.
And I can change the temperature. And I can go in there and start the other one with one of these and change the temperature or turn it off or turn it on. I don't even have to get off my chair.
That's pretty clever. So you have 3 of them in here altogether.
Well, I have one there and one there, but then I have a roof type model.
But you're saying that this one is sufficient for everything.
It could, but we never use it. We use that one with the door shut.
Okay.
In the real hot days, then just before we go to bed, we shut the door here and turn on this air conditioner to cool this down.
All right. Now over here I see you have a sink in here.
Yes.
This is your sink. All right. And was this a stock cabinet or did you build this cabinet?
No, I bought this one.
Okay. And then over here, let's look over here behind you.
There's a little stove that we got if we want to close the door and to heat it up in here.
Okay. All right. And then I see you have a closet here on this side, a hanging closet here.
And we have one in the toilet here.
All right. And then you have your bathroom here. All right. And it's separate from your shower then.
Yeah, the shower's here. It's regular 36-inch shower. Oh,
okay.
We took a foam thing off the bed.
Okay, but you don't have what's called a wet bath where the shower and everything is together. You have them separate.
No, this is completely like a house.
Okay. Well, let's go down and why don't we look at your kitchen?
Before I forget it, our car came right in under this.
What do you mean your car comes in under this?
We hauled our car under this bed, right in our motorhome. So you open the back doors and it drives right in under the bed here.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have to look at that because that sounds pretty interesting. You built it so that you could haul your car on this.
We built it a purpose that way.
Okay, well we'll look at that a little later. Meanwhile, let's go look at your kitchen, shall we? I see you have a regular stackable washer and dryer.
It's stackable. They're an individual, really.
Oh, okay.
I just stacked them, but they didn't come made for stacking.
Oh, all right. You just made them so they would stack.
Yes.
And then you have lots of counter space here.
Yeah.
Now, who does most of the cooking? Do you do most of the cooking, Miss Lois, or does Mr. Bernie do most of the cooking?
I used to, but he does most of it now.
Really? Is he a pretty good cook?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's pretty impressive, Mr. Bernie.
I know how to heat water. And I know how to put cornflakes on the table with milk.
Okay, well, hey, you won't starve, will you? All right, and did you make?
I did build all the cupboards though.
Oh, you did. Okay, so you built all, and you said all of this took about 2 months.
Close to it, I think.
Wow.
Not over that. It was probably less than that.
All right, and then over here you've got a microwave, and now is this on propane, your stove?
Huh?
Is this on propane, your
Yes.
stove?
Yeah.
Okay. I see over here you have your refrigerator, and you were telling me you just haven't put the facings on it yet. Is that big enough? Is that big
yeah.
enough for you guys?
Very accurate. Very adequate.
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 Okay. All right, that's very adequate for you. All right, and so all of these cabinets here you built too then?
Yes.
Oh my.
One lady come in, she said, "Hey, this is bigger than the kitchen in my house."
It is bigger than the kitchens in a lot of houses or apartments. Now, I'm looking at this over here. This is, I guess, where you eat most of your meals?
Yeah, this is. We eat all our meals here.
Okay. And then over here, these cabinets, did you build these cabinets too?
Yeah, I built everything inside. Put the roof in, the ceiling. It was just metal up there before, so.
Now, what kind of ceiling? Is that just plywood, painted plywood?
Sheetrock.
Oh, sheetrock. And it doesn't tear up or crumble when you move?
No, all the sides are sheetrock, but I built 2 motorhomes with sheetrock, and the people told me you can't do that, it'll crack up, and neither one of them ever cracked.
Okay.
They just never cracked. I meant it, except maybe where I done a poor job perfect taping.
Okay. And then over here, now this cabinet, now I see you've got switches over here. What are these switches for over there?
Oh, they turn on lights around the things, and this turns the light on the outside. Of course, you know what that is.
Yep, your little vacuum.
There's a thermostat, because we got a furnace in there, and the heat comes out over there and under here. And
Oh, okay. So you got
there.
you got vents for your heat, different vents for your heat from your furnace. Okay.
Yeah, and then we got a furnace here. They don't need electricity or nothing. We just turn the propane on it and light it, and it'll give out. It'll get so hot you can't stand it.
Wow.
It's really a thing. We've used it for years now, and it's still working fine.
Does this sofa pull out into a bed?
No, we didn't. None of them do.
All right. And then you've got lots of storage space over here.
This is what we got our other.
Oh, your other air conditioner. Okay. All right. Well, tell me this. I'm going to ask Miss Lois. Miss Lois, what do you think about living in this RV? Would you rather a house, or are you happy with this RV?
I'm happy with the RV. It's easy to clean and
Especially when I do it.
yeah, he's really good.
Well, you're a handy fellow to have around. You can build things. You can make cornflakes. You can boil water, and you can clean. I mean, what else could you want, All right. So is there anything that you would, I'm looking here, and it's just such a lovely home. It's hard to even imagine that someone could have built this. Did you do it all by yourself, or did someone help you do it?
Oh, no, I did it all by myself. I even built my own home all by myself, except the cement work where we lived.
Yeah.
I couldn't, Lois wasn't strong enough to use the squeegee, so I had to hire a person to put the cement, but I built the whole house myself, the cupboards, everything.
Wow, that's very impressive.
It's all by myself. But this here, we built this so that I could stand up here. You notice you can stand up and see?
I do notice that. I noticed.
Did you notice if you sat down, you could see right out too?
Let me sit down and see. Oh, so you had that in mind. You wanted to be able to look out and see
I
the.
was going to build a motorhome on one of them big buses, but when I got in the bus, I couldn't see out. The windows were too low.
Okay.
And then when you sit down, they were too high. So I built my own, and I made sure I could sit down, see out. I love to see out there.
So anything going on, you're the reporter. You know what's going on around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like, years ago when they started building mobile homes, that was back in the 50s. They started making a lot of mobile homes, and they all used dark paneling inside. They were depressing.
Yeah, well, you can see, like you said, you can sit there and see out, and when you're at your dining room table here, you can sit and see out. So yeah, you have lots of light and lots of visibility outside, so you're not cooped in. Oh, well, you know what? The last thing I want to do, I want to go out and see where you put your car underneath. Do you feel up to going out to show me that?
Okay, sure.
All right, let's go do that.
You see, that has 2 beds in it too. It's two single beds.
Oh, this does? So do you ever just take this off and go somewhere with just that by itself?
Oh, sometimes I can put my ATV up on there and take it out in the hills and go riding.
So this is your ATV that you take off and go riding in the hills?
Yeah.
You still do that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I want to get a shot of this. This is just unbelievable. And you drive this still?
Huh?
You still drive this?
Yeah, it won't drive itself. It's not one of them vehicles they have that drives themselves.
Okay, all right. All right, let's go around and look at this.
You can see I just washed the windows this morning. I just got through a few minutes before you got here.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
I washed them all inside and out. This here, when I used to travel, I just put my car right in there.
Oh, so
Got
this
a bunch
is
of junk in there right now,
but this is underneath your bed.
Yeah, right underneath the bed, right in there. Not
Oh.
this car; it's too big.
Yeah.
I had a Mazda Miata.
And that car, your car would fit right underneath, and you would just go down the road with your car underneath your bed.
Yeah, we hauled that car over 12,000 miles for 7 or 8 years. We hauled that car wherever we went.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
just last year we sold it because a man come along wanted to buy that little sports car, so I sold it to him because we ain't going to haul anymore. We're not going to go on long hauls.
Trips anymore. Okay. What would you say you attribute your long health to? Because you're 89, Miss Lois, and you're 94, Mr. Bernie. What do you attribute your good health to?
We give our lives to the Lord Jesus Christ, and He instantly told us that the best thing we can do is have good health. So He told us how to eat, what to eat, and what not to eat, and how to live. And it's made it a much, much difference. It's a great thing to have good health.
So what is your biggest secret about what to eat and not to eat?
Well, we never eat meat or anything. We don't use any kind of animal product.
Okay.
So it's just good food.
Being a vegetarian certainly is working for you, and it's something I think I'm going to have to start considering. All right. Well, thank you. I will be stopping back by when I'm in Quartzsite to say hello. And thank you so much for taking the time and showing me your beautiful, beautiful DIY RV. All right.
So you know what months we'll probably be here, and the other ones are going to be up there.
Okay. And I will be stopping by and saying hello. You'll say, oh no, here she comes again.
We'll be looking forward to seeing
All
you
right.
again.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
You're a lovely woman. So thank you.
Bye-bye.